Hello. Okay, ang topic natin ngayon is still AC circuits. So episode 5 na tayo for the series of video tutorials for AC circuits. So ang topic natin is all about impedance, admittance, voltage, and current for series, parallel, and series, parallel, RLC, AC circuits. So maganda na panood nyo na yung mga previous episodes natin, episodes 1 to 4, na diniscuss natin doon yung sinusoids, phasors, saka phasor relationship of circuit elements. Link ko na lang sa description para ma-check nyo or sa playlist natin for AC circuits. So ngayon punta tayo sa admittance, impedance, voltage, and current. For different type of connection, meron tayong series parallel na nag-i-involve ng resistor, inductor, capacitor, RLC for AC circuits. Sige, so simulan natin sa resistor. For resistors, hanapin natin yung formula for its. Let's start with impedance. So, di ba dun sa episode 4, na-discuss ko yung phasor relationship of circuit elements, yung mga voltage and current, yung relationship nila sa isa't isa. For resistor, we have phasor V is equal to R times phasor I. Kapag kinuha natin ngayon yung ratio ng phasor V to phasor I, divide lang both sides by phasor I, bale phasor V over phasor I, that's the resistance. Okay? So, by the way, pag sinabing impedance, ang definition natin ng impedance is the impedance usually denoted by Z of a circuit is the ratio of the phasor voltage V to the phasor current I, and it is measured in ohms. Urong natin. And is measured in ohms or omega. Okay? So, impedance Z of a circuit is the ratio of the phasor V to the phasor current I and is measured in ohms. So, kaya kinuha ko ngayon yung ratio nitong phasor V sa phasor I sa given relationship ng voltage and current for resistor as derived dun sa episode 4 natin. So, ibig sabihin, ang impedance ng resistor, okay, is equivalent to its resistance. Okay? How about for inductor? So sa inductor, ano yung relationship natin sa voltage and current as derived dun sa episode 4? Diba we have phasor V is equal to J omega L phasor I, right? So getting the ratio of phasor V by phasor I, we have phasor V over phasor I is cancel J omega L. Okay? So therefore, ito yung impedance formula for the inductor, J omega L. For capacitor naman, ang formula naman natin na derive sa episode 4 ay phasor current is equal to J omega C phasor V. Okay, pag kinuha natin yung ratio ng phasor V to phasor I, pwede kong i-multiply both sides by 1 over J omega C phasor I. Okay, so pag in-distribute, makakancel dito si phasor I, magiging 1 over J omega C equal, so dito naman sa right side, makakancel si J omega C, matitira is phasor V divided by phasor I. So ito yung ratio nung phasor V to phasor I or yung impedance for capacitor. 1 over J omega C. Okay? So ibig sabihin, dependent sa frequency or sa angular frequency yung impedance ng capacitor, likewise sa inductor, right? Kasi may omega siya sa formula, yung angular frequency, right? Pero yung resistor, wala siyang omega sa formula ng impedance. So hindi siya dependent sa angular frequency or mismong frequency. So ibig sabihin, for capacitor and inductor, sa capacitor, 'di ba, Z is 1 over J omega C, and inductor, Z is J omega L. 'Di ba yung omega as derived sa episode 1, that's 2 pi F. So ibig sabihin, kapag zero yung frequency or mababa yung frequency, ang tendency dito kay inductor, mazi-zero yung impedance niya, right? For F is 0, meaning DC yun, di ba? Pag 0 hertz, kasi infinite yung period, di ba? DC current or DC voltage, ang frequency niya is 0. So mag-a-act as sa inductor, let's say inductor L, sige, sabihin natin ZL na lang. ZL. Okay. Magiging 0 ohms. Papalit mo ngayon dito sa J omega L, omega is 0. Or it also means omega is 0, right? Based sa formula na to. So mag-a-act siya as, kapag 0 yung inyong impedance, short circuit, right? Okay. Kapag sa capacitor naman, let's say ZZ, ZL. So pag pinlagay niya dito, 1 over J 0C. Actually magiging infinity yan, right? Kapag nag-a-approach siya to 0, ang mangyayari is mataas yung impedance or approaching infinity. So, ibig sabihin, act as an open circuit. So, short, open. Okay. Approaching 0. Kapag kabaliktaran, for frequency naman approaching infinity or mataas na frequency, likewise angular frequency approaching infinity, yung ZL naman natin, pag pinlaging niya yung malaking angular frequency dito, mag-a-approach siya to infinity, right? Okay. Therefore, mag-a-act siya as open sa high frequency. Tapos, kay ZZ naman, pag pinlog in nyo dito, infinity, sa baba, 1J infinity, mag-a-approach siya to 0, right? 0 ohm. So, mag-a-act siya as short naman. Pero sa resistor, wala siyang pakialam kung ano man yung frequency, fix yung kanyang impedance, laging R. Kahit mababa yung frequency or mataas yung frequency for resistor. So, kaya ginagamit yung inductor tsaka capacitor for frequency selective circuits. So, later on, mapag-aaralan natin yung mga filters like high pass filter, low pass filter, notch filter, and so on. Kasi nga, may characteristics sila na nababago yung impedances nila depende kung ano yung given frequency dun sa circuit or sa voltage signal natin or current. Okay? So, kabaliktaran ng impedance, ito yung mga formula natin. Capacitor impedance, inductor impedance, tsaka resistor impedance. Lahat sila measured in ohms. May admittance din tayo. Okay? Yung impedance pala, 'di ba sa DC circuits, resistance, counterpart ng impedance sa DC circuit is yung resistance. Kapag AC circuit, yung resistance is counterpart niya is impedance. Ibig sabihin, 'di ba pag resistor or resistance, the ability of the element to resist the flow of current. Ganon din dito. The ability of the element to resist the flow of current in AC circuits. Yung admittance naman, ito yung reciprocal of impedance. Okay? Or ito yung conductance sa DC circuits. Yung conductance, 'di ba, kabaliktaran ng resistance, ability of the element to conduct current o allows current to flow easily. Ganon din sa admittance, ability of the element to conduct current for AC circuits. So this is measured in Siemens. Measured in Siemens or capital S or yung binaliktad na ohm, yung mo, pwede rin. Pero usually Siemens or capital S na lang. So ibig sabihin, kung yung definition ng admittance is the reciprocal of impedance, ang symbol natin for admittance pala is usually Y. Okay, Y. Y is equal to 1 over Z. Okay, reciprocal ng impedance or pwede ring sabihin Z is 1 over Y. So kung babalikan natin for resistor, 'di ba yung impedance ng resistor is R. So therefore, yung kanyang admittance is reciprocal nung Z na R, 1/R. Kapag sa capacitor, Z is 1/J omega C. Right? Therefore, ang admittance, ng capacitor, reciprocal nito. J omega C. Kapag inductor naman, 'di ba Z is J omega L. Therefore, admittance niya is reciprocal ng J omega L, 1/J omega L. Okay. Ngayon, generally, ang impedance is a complex number. Impedance is a complex number kasi may J ka eh, 'di ba? Imaginary number J. It takes the form, in rectangular form, Z is equal to R plus JX. Okay? So yung real part is the resistance. Tapos yung imaginary part is the reactance. Okay, yung R, yung resistance, yung X, yung reactance. Okay? Yung R, yung real part ng impedance, yan ay due to resistors. Okay? Pero yung reactance, X, yan ay due to inductor or capacitor within the circuit. Kasi sila yung may J sa formula, di ba? Sa capacitor, 1/J omega C, may J pa rin siya. Tsaka sa inductor, J omega L. Si resistor yung walang J or imaginary number, kaya siya yung real part. So, ibig sabihin, pwede kayong magkaroon ng impedance na inductive or capacitive. Okay? So, if Z is equal, so this should be R plus minus. It can be plus minus JX, depending nga kung inductive or capacitive. So, if Z is equal to R plus JX, ibig sabihin nito, positive yung reactance, inductive. Bakit positive? Bakit kapag positive yung reactance inductive? Kasi sa formula rin, 'di ba? Kapag kinukuha niyo yung impedance, positive J kapag inductor. Dito sa capacitor, kapag ni-rationalize niyo yung 1/J omega C, same din kasi siya sa negative J over omega C. So, pwede rin yung yung capacitor na negative J over omega C. Okay? Kaya kapag positive yung reactance nyo, yung imaginary part ng impedance, inductive ibig sabihin yung load. Combination ng resistor at inductor. So, kapag inductive load, ibig sabihin, base sa phasor relationships natin ng voltage at current for inductor sa episode 4, LE, right? Current, voltage leads current by 90 degree for inductor or L. Okay, if Z naman is R minus JX, yan, yung capacitive na siya. Kasi, overall sign nung inyong imaginary part nung impedance is negative. So, ibig sabihin yan, kapag capacitive load or impedance, I's naman. Kapag I's or capacitive, ibig sabihin current leads voltage. Ito lang yung acronym ko by 90 degree for capacitor. Okay. Kapag purely resistive tayo, so if Z is equal to R, ibig sabihin zero yung inyong reactance or imaginary part, in phase lang yung current. So current is in phase with voltage. Okay, pwede nyo tong i-draw sa phasor as phasor diagram. So pinakita ko na naman yun dun sa episode 4. Okay. So pwede nyo ring i-represent in polar form yung impedance kasi nga complex number siya, di ba? So let's say yung impedance is R plus JX. Okay. In polar form, Z is also equal to the modulus nung Z or absolute value nung C, angle theta. Theta is the argument. Ito is, absolute value nung C is the modulus. Yung theta, that's arctan X over R. Okay? Tapos kung gusto nyo kuhain yung relationship, R is absolute value of Z times the cosine theta. And then yung X is the absolute value of C times sine theta. Yan. Tapos, may counterpart din tayo ng impedance na complex number admittance. Okay? So, sige. Define din natin yung admittance. Basta kanina sinabi ko na yung admittance is the reciprocal of of impedance. So therefore, ratio siya ng kasi ang impedance is ratio ng voltage to current. So i-reciprocal niyo yung ratio ng voltage to current para makuha yung yung admittance. Ratio of current, phasor current to phasor voltage. Okay, measured nga in Siemens or capital S. Okay. So therefore, admittance is 1 over Z or the ratio of phasor current over phasor voltage. So, ang representation naman natin in rectangular form for admittance is, ang symbol na ginagamit is capital G plus J capital B. So, imaginary number din siya. Kasi nga, nanggaling lang din naman siya sa impedance na ni-reciprocal eh. Okay? Ano yung G natin? Yung G natin dito is yung real part, which is the conductance. Measured in Siemens. Tapos yung B, yung imaginary part, which is susceptance naman yung tawag doon. Susceptance. Measured in Siemens. Okay? So, pwede nyong i-relate. I-relate itong impedance, yung G tsaka B, kay R and Z, kay R and X. 'Di ba yung impedance yung admittance natin is G plus JB, which is equal to 1 over Z na 1 over R plus JX. Okay? So kapag nirelate na lang natin yung G plus JB equal to 1 over R plus JX, i-rationalize natin to, alisin natin yung imaginary number sa denominator. multiply by the complex conjugate ng r plus jx, di ba? That's r minus jx over r minus jx. Papalitan niya lang yung sign ng imaginary part to its additive inverse, magiging negative jx. So, multiply the numerator, 1 times r minus jx pa rin. Tapos sa baba, kapag nagmamultiply ka ng complex conjugate of each other, difference of two squares lang. So, square the r, then minus square nitong jx. So, bale, r minus jx over r squared. So, jx quantity squared magiging j squared x squared. But ano ba yung j squared? Di ba yung j squared is negative 1 kasi j is square root of negative 1. Pag in-square mo both sides, j squared is negative 1. So, magiging negative 1 to. Itong j squared. Finally, magiging r minus jx over r squared, negative times negative, positive x squared. Tapos, pag hiwalayin nyo, i-distribute nyo yung r squared plus x squared sa r tsaka sa negative jx. Bale, r over r squared plus x squared minus j x over r squared plus x squared. Which is, yung nasa left side natin, yung g plus jb, right? So, equal yung complex number kung equal yung imaginary at real part. So, equate nyo yung real part. Equating real part, conductance is therefore equal to r over r squared plus x squared. Okay, tapos yung imaginary part naman, equate mo. So yung susceptance is equal, so sama mo yung negative. Okay, kasi plus tayo dito. So dapat negative x over r squared plus x squared. So ito yung relationship ng conductance sa resistance and reactance, r over r squared plus x squared. Tapos yung susceptance, relationship niya sa resistance and reactance is negative x over r squared plus x squared. Okay. So, pwede rin natin kuhain yung equivalent impedance ng, let's say, a type of connection like series. Series, parallel, series, parallel. So, for series connection ng RLC, so let's say meron tayong impedance 1, impedance 2, Z2, until impedance say N. Okay, naka-series sila, di ba? Pag kinuha mo yung ZT, okay, ZT bale, kapag series is sum lang nung mga impedances. So, Z1 plus Z2 plus until Zn. Okay, kapag ano naman, parallel connection. Pag parallel connection, let's say meron kang impedance Z1, impedance Z2, hanggang meron kang impedance Zn. Pag kinuha mo yung ZT, parang sa resistors lang din. ZT is reciprocal ng sum of the reciprocal of each impedance. So, 1 all over Z1 plus 1 all over Z2 plus plus 1 over Zn. Or kung gusto nyo gamitan ng negative exponent, that's the same as Z1 to the negative 1 plus Z2 to the negative 1 plus until Zn to the negative 1 quantity raised to negative 1. Okay. Tapos pwede rin nating i-apply dito yung impedance. Concept ng admittance pala, kapag parallel, okay, yung total admittance is just the sum of the individual admittances. So y1 plus y2 plus dot 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 plus yn. Okay. So pwede mong kuhain yung total admittance, tapos para makuha mo yung ZT, i-reciprocal mo yon. Okay? Pwede rin ganon. Ano pa ba? Tapos pwede rin natin gamitin yung simple circuit analysis like voltage divider tsaka current divider. Okay? So paano yung voltage divider? Kapag 'di ba, pag series connection, so let's say meron tayong VT, voltage source, tas across this VT, meron tayong connected series impedances, say 1, Z2, dot dot dot, let's say considered impedance say N, dot dot dot, until meron tayong last Z capital N. Okay, connected sila in series, di ba? Pag kinonsider natin yung voltage ng nth impedance, let's say Z sub small n, paano yung voltage divider? Parang sa DC circuits din. So yung V sub n, naka-phasor to phasor. Okay? Is equal to impedance of say n over the total impedance. Or yung sum ng Z1 plus Z2 plus dot 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 plus Z small n plus dot 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 plus Z capital N. Then times sa VT. Or simply Zn over Zt times VT. So voltage divider. Okay, useful yung voltage divider kapag usually isa lang yung voltage source natin sa circuit. So meron din tayong 'di ba, current divider sa DC circuits. Current divider. So let's say meron naman tayong parallel. Meron tayong current source phasor IT. Tapos across that is may parallel connected impedance say 1, Z2, dot dot dot, until let's say consider tayo ng Z small n. Then hanggang ma-reach natin yung final impedance say capital N. Okay, lahat sila connected in parallel across this current source. So pag kinonsider natin yung current flowing dito sa Zn, let's call In. So dito pala kinonsider natin yung voltage across Zn. Paano naman yung current divider? So yung current through this impedance Zn is equal to the ratio ng admittance. Admittance ng Zn is 1 over Zn, right? Over the total admittance netong parallel. 'Di ba? Pinakita natin na yung total admittance ng parallel is sum ng mga admittances ng branches. So 1 over Z1, kasi admittance ng Z1 is reciprocal ng Z1 na 1 over Z1, plus, so add nyo lahat ng mga admittance na yan, 1 over Z2 plus 1 over Zn plus dot 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 until 1 over say capital N, yung last impedance. Then times yung total current source phasor IT. Okay, so yan yung current divider. So again, applicable din dito yung KVL tsaka KCL na-discuss ko na rin dun sa episode 4. Summation of voltage within a loop is 0 and summation of current within at a node is 0. KCL. Okay, so yan, tandaan nyo to lahat ng mga discuss natin, concepts, formula. Okay, so mag-solve ngayon tayo ng examples para ma-illustrate itong mga formula and concepts na na-discuss. So, illustrative problems na tayo. Okay, problem number 1. Find V of t and I of t in the circuit shown. Okay, voltage source given by Vs equal to 10 cosine 40 volts. Merong resistor tsaka capacitor. So meron tayong 0.1 farad tsaka 5 ohm resistor. Hanapin daw natin yung ito ko na lang lagay. Tapos hanapin natin yung V of t dito sa capacitor. Tapos yung current sa circuit I. Yan. So, kapag nagsosolve tayo from now on ng mga circuit dito sa AC, dahil alam na natin yung concept ng kanilang mga impedance ng bawat circuit elements, ko-convert nyo into phasor lahat ng elements. Ang i-convert natin is yung source, tsaka yung capacitor or inductor. So, meron lang capacitor, walang inductor. Yung resistance, as is lang yon. So, convert muna natin into phasor. Convert into phasor domain. Lahat. Kasi mas madali nga mag-analyze ng circuit sa phasor. So, for the voltage source equal to 10 cosine 40, gawin niya lang polar, di ba? So, 10, yung amplitude niya, then angle, so wala siyang phase. Okay, ibig sabihin 0 yon. Kasi pwede itong isulat as cosine 40 plus 0 degree. So, 10 angle 0 siya. Okay. Dito sa capacitor, so for 0.1 farad, convert nyo into ZC. Yung impedance formula is 1 over J omega C. So, 1 over J omega, makikita nyo yung omega palagi sa coefficient ng T sa loob ng cosine, which is 4. Times yung capacitance na given, 0.1. So, pwede kayong gumamit ng calcu. Pero madali lang naman siya. Sige, pero pakita natin. Magiging reliant lagi tayo sa calcu dito. Okay. So, input natin. Again, nasa complex mode dapat kayo. So, mode 2 for complex. Then, lagay nyo to degree yung mode ng angle. Shift, setup, 3. So, input natin yung 1 over J. So, yung J siya yung I. Times 4 times 0.1. Okay, that's negative 2.5 I or J. Negative J 2.5 ohms na yung unit. Okay, tapos kapag Niredraw natin, papalitan natin yung mga elements value as phasors. So ito magiging negative J 2.5 na siya, right? Tapos itong voltage source magiging 10 angle 0 degree volts. Okay, ito tsaka ito. So analyze na natin yung circuit. Paano mahanap ngayon si current? Si current madali lang. Okay, kasi Ohm's law, 'di ba? Phasor current is equal to phasor voltage over impedance. Yung impedance is series lang ng resistor tsaka capacitor. So yung given voltage is 10 angle 0 degree divided by, sasum up niyo lang tong mga impedance, yung resistance saka yung reactance. So 5 for the resistor, then negative J 2.5 ohm for the capacitor. Okay, so calculator. So fraction 10 angle 0 divided by 5 minus 2.5i. 2.5i. So rectangular form, kailangan i-polar form para mabalik into time domain. So shift to 3. So yung current is approximately 1.789 angle 26.565. 26.565 degree. So in time domain, babalik nyo into time domain yan. Okay? Bale, magiging current I is amplitude 1.789 cosine. So yung omega t, omega natin is again yung coefficient ni t 4. Okay? Cosine 40 plus yung phase plus 26.565 degree amps. Okay, paano yung voltage? So dahil meron ka ng current, 'di ba? Yung current dito kay capacitor is yung phasor I din kasi naka-series sila. Right? Naka-series. So by the way, sige, dagdag natin yung concept na yon. For parallel, dito na lang, sige, dito sa recall na rin natin yung concept or principles ng wait. Sige, wag na, dito na lang. Nakalimutan natin. Okay. Another concepts na ire-recall natin kapag series connection, so meron kayong dadaloy na current dito, phasor current I. Constant yon. So current I or I total is equal sa current sa bawat impedance. So equal siya sa current sa impedance 1, impedance 2, hanggang sa dulo, impedance N. Tapos yung voltage naman, yung VT is equal sa sum ng voltage drop across each impedance. So V1, VT, phasor VT is equal to phasor V1 plus phasor V2 plus hanggang sa dulo, phasor Vn. Kapag series. Kapag sa parallel naman, okay, copy ko na lang uli, parallel. Ano naman ang concept sa parallel circuit? Yung constant naman dito is yung VT or yung supplied voltage kasi ginawa ko dito current, right? So kung may supply voltage kayo dito, let's say ito yung VT natin. Lahat ng voltage drop across each branch ng impedance equal dun sa VT. So phasor VT is equal to phasor V1 equal to phasor V2 hanggang phasor Vn. Tapos i-divide naman yung total current IT sa bawat branch. Okay, total phasor current IT is equal sa sum ng mga current sa bawat branch. So current sa Z1, let's call phasor I1 plus current sa Z2, phasor I2 plus hanggang sa phasor IN. So parang ni-recall lang naman natin yung same concept sa DC circuits. Okay, sige, balikan natin yung problem. Kaya ko ni-recall kasi kailangan nating hanapin yung voltage din, di ba? So dahil series nga tayo dito, yung nakuha nating current na to, yung phasor current ay ito. Yan din yung dadaloy na current kay 5 ohm resistor tsaka kay capacitor, negative J 2.5 ohm capacitor. So makuha mo na yung voltage sa kanya by Ohm's law, meron kang impedance sa current right? So V for capacitor or yung pinaka hinahanap lang is yung V. That's I, phasor I times yung impedance ng capacitor. So nakuha nating current, 'di ba, is 1.789 angle 26.565 degree times mo sa impedance niya na negative J 2.5. Negative J 2.5. Gamit uli kayo ng calculator dyan. So 1.789 angle 26.565 times negative 2.5 I or J. Okay, convert nyo into polar. So shift to 3. Okay. 4.47, approximately 4.47, sige, 3 angle negative 63.435 degree volts. So ibabalik natin into time domain. Bale, V is amplitude 4.473, tapos cosine omega t, omega natin is 4 din, ulit, 40, then plus yung phase na negative 63.435 degree volts. So yan yung sagot natin for problem 1. Yung voltage tsaka yung current. Ito. Okay, next, problem number 2. For problem number 2, so ganun nila, determine V of t and I of t So, yung circuit naman natin, okay, voltage source plus minus, pulong natin. So, Vs is 20 sine 10t plus 30 degree volts. Tapos, resistor and inductor. 0.2 Henry. Tapos, 4 ohm. So, ito yung current I, tapos dito yung voltage V. Yan. So, ano naman tayo? Series RL. Kanina series RC, ngayon series RL. So, convert muna natin uli into phasor elements. Yung mga elements. So, dito sa Vs, 20 sine 10t plus 30 degree volts. Diba usually tayo is kino-consider natin is cosine. Okay? Convert natin to into cosine kasi naka-positive sign siya. Positive 20 sine 10t plus 30. So, ang ginagawa natin, mnemonic. So, kung i-convert natin siya sa cosine, cosine omega t galing sa sine omega t. Simula ka dito kay cosine para ma-move siya sa positive sign. Okay, magro-rotate tayo ng 90 degree clockwise. Pag clockwise, ang sign convention is negative. So, ibig sabihin, equal to sa 20, same amplitude, pero magiging cosine. So, copy yung 10t plus 30 degree. Okay. And then, minus 90 degree. Or magiging, ano siya, 20 cosine, 10t, 30 minus 90, negative 60. Okay, degree volts. So kapag naka-positive cosine na tayo, ang kanyang phasor is 20 amplitude, angle, negative 60 degree volt. Okay, tapos yung isa pa yung yung inductor naman. Okay. So si resistor as is lang yan. Si inductor gagawin nating phasor. So for 0.2 Henry. Ano yung ZL natin? Formula kanina is J omega L, right? So J omega, makikita yung omega sa coefficient ni T sa cosine which is 10. Okay, J10 times 0.2. Okay. So J10 times 0.2, that's 2J or J2, right? J2 ohms. Pag niredraw natin, so palitan natin tong 0.2 Henry ng impedance na niya na J2 ohms. Tapos yung voltage source natin, magiging ano na siya, 10 angle negative 60. Yan, sa ganun ulit formula para mahanap naman si current. Phasor current ngayon is phasor V, ito yung V natin, phasor V, divided by impedance. So, 10 angle negative 60 degree, okay, divided by series RL. So, sum up mo lang yung 4 plus J2. Yan. So, gamit calculator, so 10 angle negative 60 divided by 4 plus 2j, j2 or 2i. Okay, convert to polar, shift to 3. Okay, gawin yung decimal. So that's 10. Sorry. Bakit 10? 20 pala, sorry. 20 to, no? Okay. 20 angle. But 10 yung nilagay natin. So it should be 20. 20 dito. So, balikan natin. Ulit, 20 angle of negative 60 divided by 4 plus 2i or 2j. Yan. Shift to 3. Okay, 4 approximately 4.472. Angle negative 86.565 degree. Okay. Amps. Yan yung phasor. Pero convert natin into time domain kasi originally naka-time domain yung mga signals, right? Ito ay equivalent to amplitude 4.472 cosine omega t. Yung omega again, kopyahin natin sa coefficient ni t sa cosine, 10. Okay. Cosine 10t tapos plus yung phase negative 86.565 degree amps. Ito yung time domain ng current. So, ganun din yung pagkuha kay V. Dahil series, yung phasor I natin na nakuha, yan yung flow, magfa-flow kay inductor. So, may impedance siya na J2 ohm tsaka may current. Makukuha si phasor V, Ohm's law. So, V is phasor I times impedance, which is, yung nakuha natin, in polar, yung current is 4.472, angle negative 86.565 degree. So, dito na lang sa baba. Times, yung inductance, yung impedance niya na J2. J2. So, gamit uli ng calculator. So, 4.472 angle negative 86.565. Ita times natin kay 2i. Okay. Convert to polar. Shift to 3. Okay. Approximately 8.944. Then, angle 3.435 degree. Volts. So balik natin into phasor, I mean into time domain. Bale yung V is amplitude 8.944, cosine omega t, omega uli is 4, 4 nga ba? Ay 10 pala, sorry. 10. 10 cosine 10t plus yung phase 3.435 degree volts. This is the answer. Okay, next. Number 2 pa lang yan, no? Okay, number 3. Find the current I in the circuit below voltage source. Vs is 50 cosine 200 t volts. Resistor, capacitor, inductor. 10 ohms, 5 millifarad, 20 millihenry. So hanapin daw si current I. Okay, edi ohms law lang. Kuhain lang natin yung total impedance na naka-series. So may voltage source tayo. Current is voltage over impedance. Pero convert muna natin into phasor. Convert to phasor. So yung Vs natin, 50 cosine 200 t volts. That's 50 angle 0, right? Kasi wala kang naka-add na phase angle. Pwede yung isulat as cosine 200 t plus 0. So 0 yung phase. Okay. Tapos, yung i-convert natin to impedance, si capacitor tsaka inductor. So for 5 millifarad, ang kanyang ZC is 1 over J omega C. 1 over J. Ang omega pala natin, yung coefficient ni T, 200, right? 200 times capacitance C na milli, 5 milli. Pag milli, 5 times 10 to the negative 3. So, mamaya natin computein. Sabay na natin kay inductor. So, for inductor naman na 20 millihenry, ang ZL niya is J omega L. So, J omega, 200 ulit, times L, 20 milli. So, milli ulit, 20 times 10 to the negative 3. Sige, gamitan natin ng ano. So, sa capacitor muna tayo. 1 over I times 200 times 5 times 10 to the negative 3. Negative I. Okay. Or negative J lang to. Negative J ohm. Tapos kay inductor, so I times 200 times 20 raised to the negative 3. For I or J4 ohms. J4 ohms. Yan. So, pwede na nating i-redraw. Redraw natin with phasor values ng mga elements. So, magiging ano to, negative J ohms. Tapos, ito magiging J4. Ito, gagawin na nating 50 angle 0. So, para makuha si current I, phasor I na siya. Phasor I is voltage, phasor voltage V divided by impedance. So, yung V natin is 50 angle 0 degree divided by sum lang nitong mga impedances. So, 10 minus J plus J4. Okay, gamit calcu. So, 50 angle 0 divided by 10 minus I plus 4I. Convert to polar, shift to 3. Okay. 4.789 angle. Negative 16.699 degree. Amps. Balik nyo into time domain. So in time domain, yung current is amplitude 4.789 cosine omega t. Ano yung omega natin? 200. Cosine 200t plus yung phase na negative 16.699 degree amps. Okay. Next, number 3 tayo. Number 4. For number 4, okay, in the circuit, determine I. Vs daw is 60 cosine 200t. Murang. Cosine 200t minus 10 degree volts. Resistor. Inductor, capacitor, resistor. Two kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm, 100 millihenry, 10 microfarad, 1 kilo. Hanapin daw ito, current, total current supplied by the voltage. So ano na tayo? Combination na to ng hindi lang siya series, may parallel, may series, parallel, tas series, right? So pero ganun pa rin yung concept. Try nating hanapin yung input impedance as seen by the voltage source or yung total impedance ZT. Sige, ZT. Tapos, pag nakuha natin yon, Ohm's law na lang. Okay, current I is phasor V divided by ZT. Pero ko-convert muna natin into phasor. Convert to phasor. So dito sa Vs na 60 cosine 200t minus 10 degree volt. Okay, amplitude 60, then angle phase negative 10 degree volts. Meron tayong inductor capacitor. So for 100 millihenry muna tayo. ZL niya is J omega L. So J omega, yun yung coefficient ni T kay cosine, 200. L is 100 millihenry. So 100 times 10 to the negative 3. So gamaya natin i-compute sa calcu. Sabay natin kay capacitor na 10 microfarad. So ZC naman is 1 over J omega C. So 1 over J omega ulit, same 200. Then yung capacitance na 10 micro. So pag micro, 10 times 10 to the negative 6. Sige, gamitan natin ng calcu. Sa inductor muna, I times 200 times 100 raised to the negative 3. Okay, that's 20I or J20 ohms. Tapos sa capacitor, 1 over I times 200 times 10 to the negative 6. Okay. Negative 500I or negative J 500 ohms. Sige, i-redraw natin yung circuit na naka-phasor na yung mga elements. Copy ko na lang tong drawing. Okay, so papalitan ko na tong voltage source niya as 60 angle negative 10 volts. 60 angle negative 10 degree volts. So itong resistor as is lang yan. Yung inductor, gagawin ko na siyang J20 ohms. Tapos yung capacitor, gagawin na siyang negative J 500. Negative J 500. Yan. So paano kuhain yung ZT? Simulan niya dito sa dulo. 'Di ba parallel yung capacitor tsaka inductor. So negative J 500 parallel with 1,000. Okay? Na naka-series. Sige, kuhain muna natin to. Pwede niyong kuhain to. Ang formula natin dito, yung pinakitang formula pag parallel, 1 all over 1 over negative J 500 plus 1 over 1,000. So 1 over negative 500I plus 1 over 1,000. Okay. 200 minus J 400. Okay. So, pwede mong palitan ngayon yan. Sige, i-illustrate natin mabuti muna. So, papalitan ko na to ng impedance na box na lang. Naging ano siya, 200 minus J 400 ohms. Okay. Next nating isi-simplify is yung series. Series na to. Pag series, ina-add nyo lang, di ba? So, J20 ohm or J20 na lang plus 200 minus J 400. So, real part, walang ma-add, copy lang, 200. Pero itong imaginary, parang may J eh. Diba? So, J20 minus J400, negative J380. So, pag niredraw natin, okay, i-combine ko na to. Magiging, eto na yan, right? 200 minus J380. Okay, na parallel ngayon dito kay 1K, 1 kilo ohm. So, 1 kilo ohm or 1,000 na lang. Parallel kay 200 minus J380. Okay, ang formula, sa parallel sila, di ba? Formula ulit, 1 over 1,000 plus 1 over ito. 200 minus J380. One over 1,000 plus 1 over 200 minus 380i. Okay. Approximately 242.616 minus 239.838J. Okay. So, pag niredraw natin, okay, papalitan na natin, alisin ko na to. Bale, ito na yon. Gawin ko na lang siyang, sige, urong natin. Siya ay 242.616 minus J239.838 ohms. Finally, naka-series na lang si 2 kilo ohm. Bale, ZT na yon. ZT is 2 kilo ohm or 2,000 plus ito. Yung nakuha natin. Yan. So, mako-combine lang yung real part Ito, yung 2,000 plus 242.616 magiging 2,242.616 minus J, 239.838 ohms. Okay, so pag ni-redraw, single impedance na lang yung nakakonect sa voltage source. So, tanggalin nyo na yan. Ito na siya. ZT. 2242.616 minus J239.838 ohms. So, makukuha mo na yung current, phasor current by Ohm's law. So, phasor current is voltage 60 angle negative 10 degree divided by yung ZT 2242.616 minus J239.838 using your calculator. So, fraction numerator 60 angle negative 10 divided by 2242.616 minus 239.838I equal. Okay, in polar, shift to 3. So 0.0266 angle negative 3.896. Negative 3.896 degree amps. In time domain ulit, babalik niya sa time domain kasi naka time domain tayo, diba? Voltage source. Amplitude ng current 0.0266, then cosine omega t, omega is ano si omega? 200 t cosine 200t plus yung phase minus 3.896 degree amps. Okay, next number, ano na to? 4. Number 5. Determine the admittance. Why? Parallel lang. Okay. Hanapin daw yung admittance dito. 4 ohms, J8 ohms, tsaka negative J10 ohms. Ayan, sa madali lang to, di ba parallel sila? Pag total admittance ng parallel, or yung hinahanap na Y, Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. Pero yung Y1 is 1 over reciprocal ng 4 ohms plus 1 over yung Y2 reciprocal ng J8 plus 1 over reciprocal ng negative J10. So, negative J10. Yan. Gamit na lang kayo ng calculus. So, 1/4 plus 1 over 8i plus 1 over negative 10i. Okay. Exactly equal to 0.25 minus 0.0025 J. Unit ay capital S or Siemens. Okay, 5, 6. So find I of t and V of t in each circuit. So, dalawa yung circuit. So, yung A, so 4 ohm, 1/6 farad plus minus V. Hanapin si current dito. 10 cosine 3t plus 45 degree amps. Tapos yung part B, voltage source naman. Resistor, capacitor. Resistor, inductor. 4 ohms, 112 farad ay 8 ohms, 3 Henry plus minus V plus minus 50 pala. 50 cosine. Okay, sige, dito muna tayo sa part A. Hanapin si current. Ito pala si current. Current I, tsaka voltage V. Sa part A muna tayo. Convert to phasor. So, yung current source natin, IS, 10 cosine 3t plus 45 degree amps. In phasor form, amplitude is 10, then angle 45 degree. Kay 1/6 farad capacitor, so ZZ niya is 1 over J omega C. 1 over J natin, ay omega natin is yung coefficient ni T, 3. So times 3, and then capacitance na 1/6. 1/6. Okay. Pag kinompute nyo sa calc ito, nagiging ano to 3 over 6, 1/2. Marireciprocal, magiging 2. Tapos yung 1 over J, magiging negative J. So, negative J2. Sige, so palitan natin yung mga values as phasors. So, magiging ano na to? Negative J2 Tapos, itong phasor current, 10 angle 45 degree. So, para makuha si current ay, di ba ano sila, parallel? Parallel si resistor tsaka capacitor. Tas may total current ka na ay current divider. So, by current divider rule, CDR for short, yung I is, or phasor, gawin natin phasor I, is yung yung conductance or admittance nung hinahanap nating current dito sa 4 ohm, di ba? 1/4 divided by sum nung admittance nung 4 ohm tsaka nung capacitor, negative J2. So, 1/4 plus 1/-, J2. Then times yung pinaka-total supplied current, which is 10 angle 45 degree. Okay, so gamit kayong calcu. So, 1/4 over 1/4 plus 1/-, negative 2j or negative 2i, then times 10 angle 45 degree equal. Okay, convert nyo to polar. Shift to 3. 4.472 angle negative 18.435 amps. Okay, tapos ibabalik nyo into time domain. Amplitude, so current I is 4.472 cosine omega t. Yung omega ay 3. Cosine 3t, then plus yung phase, minus 18.435 degree amps. Ito yung current. Tapos yung voltage naman. Okay, paano naman tong voltage? 'Di ba parallel sila? Parallel yung resistor tsaka capacitor. So, kung ano yung voltage across sa 4 ohm resistor, yun din yung voltage across sa capacitor. So, meron ka ng current kay resistor. May resistance ka, makukuha mo yung voltage by Ohm's law. So, voltage across resistor is equal to voltage across capacitor, which is ito yung hinahanap, yung phasor V na yan. But yung voltage across resistor by Ohm's law is 4 times I, phasor I. Diba? So, bale 4 times yung nakuhang phasor current na to, 4.472, 4.472 angle negative 18.435 times mo kay 4. So, mata times 4 lang yung 4.472. Right? Kasi ano lang to real. Wala siyang imaginary. So, magiging 4.472 angle 4.47 to angle negative 18.435 times 4. Okay, shift to 3. So V, phaser V is approximately 17.888 angle negative 18.435. Convert into time domain. So amplitude 7.888 ang cosine, same angular frequency na 3. So cosine 3t plus yung phase negative 18.435 degree volts. So yan yung part A. Yung part B naman, dalawa kasi yung circuit eh. Sige, kopya natin. Part B, convert to phasor muna uli. So for, ito yung VS, voltage source. VS is 50 cosine 40 plus 0 degree, right? Therefore, yung phasor niyan is 50 angle 0 degree volts. Okay. Tapos ang i-convert natin ngayon, merong capacitor tsaka inductor. Convert yung impedance nila. So for 1/12 farad capacitor. So ZZ is 1/j omega C. 1/j omega ngayon is coefficient ni T sa cosine 4 times 1/12. Okay? So kaya na to, wag na i-calculate. 4/12 kasi that's 1/3. So marireciprocal, 1 all over 1/3, 3. Tas 1/j, negative j. Okay, negative j3. Tapos, yung inductor, 3 Henry. So, ZL naman is J omega L. Which is J times omega na same pa rin, 4. Tapos, yung inductance, 3. So, 4 times 3, 12. 12J or J12. Sige, palitan ngayon natin. Gawin nating phasor yung elements. Ay, mali. So, itong 3 Henry magiging J12. J12 ohms. Itong 112 farad, negative J3. Negative J3. Tapos itong voltage source, gawin natin 50 angle 0 degree. Okay, so paano hanapin si current tsaka si V? Okay. So, pwede nating mahanap si current kasi parallel itong dalawa, pareho kay 50. Makukuha nyo yung voltage across each branch. So, voltage across this branch is 50. Principle ng parallel connection. Okay? So, therefore, current I is yung V natin, ito yung phasor V, divided by the impedance nitong branch. Diba? So, voltage dito is ito pa rin, which is 50 angle 0 over yung sum, naka-series lang eh. Yung 4 ohm tsaka yung negative J3. So, 4 minus J3. O, gamit kayo ng calcu to divide. So, 50 angle 0 divided by 4 minus 3i. So, 8 plus 6i. Convert nyo to polar. Shift to 3. Exactly, approximately 10 angle 36.86 na. So, 87 na to. 87 degree amps. Balik nyo into time domain. Current ngayon is amplitude 10 cosine omega t. Yung omega natin is 4. Okay, coefficient ni t. So, cosine 40 plus yung phase na 36.87 degree amps. So, paano naman kukuhain si voltage? So, para makuha si voltage, di ba yung voltage across this branch? Itong branch na yan, 50 angle 0. So, series sila. Series si 8 ohm kay J12 ohm inductor. Voltage divider naman, right? So, by voltage divider rule or VDR, bale yung phasor V na hinahanap. So, yung impedance nitong inductor, J12, over yung sum nung mga impedance dito sa series, 8 plus J12. 8 plus J12, then times yung voltage across them, which is yung 50. So, times 50 angle 0 degree. Okay, gamit kayo ulit ng calculus. So, 12i over 8 plus 12i times 50 angle 0. Okay, in polar, shift to 3. Okay, approximately 41.603 angle 33.69 degree volts. Okay, in time domain, convert nyo ulit in time domain, V is amplitude 41.603 and then cosine omega t, so omega is 4, di ba? Cosine 40 plus yung phase 33.69 degree volts. So this is the voltage. Okay, so yan. So naka 6 problems tayo. 6 yan, di ba? Okay, sige, tuloy na lang natin. Let's have part 2, episode 6 for the same topic na to. Yung paghanap ng mga impedance, admittance, voltage, current within series, parallel, RLC AC circuits. Okay? So, sige. And ka na yung live stream. I hope you learned something from this topic. So, God bless sa studies nyo, future engineers. Aral lang lagi mabuti. I wish you all the best. Sana mapasa nyo lahat ng mga subjects nyo this sem. So, see you sa next live. Take care always. Bye-bye.